Hello everyone, this is Fireally, and welcome to another casting of the Scion Custom Races Round Robin that happened a couple months ago. Today it's a Battle of the Titans. It's MLFA versus Tuba, otherwise known as Trumpet now. And we see that the MLFA is going out for the scout straight away. Both of them are playing Genetron. Trumpet's putting his processing node in between his minerals. I find that to be an interesting position myself. That's where I like to place my detection. We may be seeing a proxy from MLFA here. We should come up with a nickname for him that isn't quite so long. Yep, there's that proxy. I knew it. Workers. Oh, look at that. Oh, I thought he was going to send one to Fake Scout, because here comes the Scout running over the round robin thing that I made because I don't know. You see, what I ended up doing was I installed a new replay mod, if you will. So it just makes it so there's a different interface, so we can see all this stuff here. And then I have access to things like a unit loss tab, different UI and so forth. Makes things a little bit nicer, and if I actually get to watch a game, I can actually put tags on people and show who they are. See, we have like F2, that's MLFA, but there's no information. Oh man, they're under attack. But yeah, so if I push some of those buttons, I can get some different results. So I thought that was pretty cool. And it also gives me instructions in game in case I don't know how to do something. So I enjoyed that. Looks like we got the first Spitfire rolling out. We got the other Spitfire over here on this side of the universe. We also got some lag. The StarCraft has updated, so this is no longer on the current version, so I don't know if it's going to affect anything or not with these casts. But yeah, so Battle of the Titans. Both of these players are master rank with the world of the MMRs. It looks like Trumpet is hanging out over here to make sure that he's seeing any kind of expansion. Seems like MLFA is trying to do a one base all-in potentially. He's got two of his manufacturers over here, one over here. Once again, the rodeo taking place over here. That's a common thing we see with Spitfires, these rodeos. And I'm not sure what this guy's doing over here, this ACR. He's gonna get shot down if he gets too close though, that's for sure. So here's our production tab. Alright, so Trumpet is currently getting the speed upgrade for the Spitfires, and he's also building himself a turret right here, the repulsor, so that way he has a bit of static defense. We got some of the slow Spitfires crawling in right now. We're at the 3-minute mark, so we got a third one coming in. Here's two more. Now Hellions come in at about 4 minutes, so these guys would give Hellions trouble if you sent them around. Well, and I also know that MLFA normally plays Terran, so I found that to be interesting. There goes the ACR, so no repair. Actually, this one's still here. Is he on repair? He is on repairing duty, so that's interesting. We don't really see that very often, to have people just having dudes sit around to repair. I love how they shoved him back. Like, get back, bruh. This is dangerous. Alright, so that repulsor's helping out big time. I don't think this is going to go well for MLFA. He's managed to lock down the repulsor, but that isn't going to change much with so many Spitfires working against him. And so he's trying to regroup for another counterattack, but these guys are coming out pretty fast right here. We have a fully maxed out manufacturer right there for Trumpet. And so because it's fully maxed out, he's able to produce guys pretty quickly, and he's building more uploaders to make sure that he can get a second one that works just as fast. We also see that MLFA has not gotten his expansion yet. I do believe he's saving up for it because he's floating almost 400 minerals. 3, 2, 1. There we go. He's now expanding. We have this line of guys right here blocking anyone. Are they on hold position? I don't know if I can check that, but that would have been interesting for sure to see people bodying a ramp like that. We also see that he's grabbing himself an outfitting station upgrade, and I do believe this is the armor. Now the armor one for this only applies to the ground units. So it's a great one to have if you want to transfer into fabricators, because the armor will go to both sides. Similar to how Terrans have their armor upgrade goes to air and sky. These ones go to fabricator and manufacturer. Now, unfortunately, these numbers right here, for whatever reason with the mod, it doesn't like them. Alright, so we have ourselves a processing drone doing some scouting over here. He sees that there's a bunch of these Spitfires hanging around. That's pretty much the name of the game right now. What is he doing? He's just pulling all... Why did he ping? Why did he ping? Why did he ping? And why is he pulling all of the ACRs into this? How many are there? There's like almost 15 of them, I think. Because in a single row in StarCraft is 8. I do believe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I was right. So yeah, there's 15 of them right there. They're going down though. This is terrible business. Now that they've gotten surrounded his own units with ACRs, it's going a bit better. I'm amazed. How did he pull that off? I'm amazed. That was some serious crazy shenanigans right there. Wow. I did not see that coming. Never saw it coming. That's crazy. Units lost 21 to 9, and only 4 of these ACRs died. No, not even. 3 of them died. He killed 1 earlier. Dang, dude. So it turns out if you can surround yourself with repairing dudes as Genetron, you might be able to get some interesting plays coming out. Now that's some interesting stuff. Let's go on to game number 2. Alright, so here we are with game number 2. In My Life for Auir, he does the GLHF. Also, I would show the numbers here of who won how many games, except for it won't let me do that with modded games. So we don't get that luxury today. But so here we go. Trumpet putting his processing node next to the gas instead of right over there this time. We're on Everdream LE this time, and I don't think that there's anything particular about this map that would really make anything interesting. It's a smaller map, so it might make it easier to do a Spitfire run by, but we'll see right there. So right now, manufacturer coming down, not doing a proxy this time, but it looks like Trumpet sending out 2 ACRs this time, and I'm not really sure why. We're seeing some blinking right there, so they're in the same control group. We got a nice high five right there. Do I get a second one? We get a second high five. 2 high fives for the price of 1, baby. Is he gonna cannon rush with repulsors? Hold on, production tab. He is! He totally is! Yeah, that's a repulsor right there. He's doing a cannon rush. Oh man, it's not. The worker's getting dead though. That's the problem. Is if you're not Protoss, it's not gonna go so good for you. He has distracted hit. My Life for Auir right now though. As far as income, his income it got hurt a bit right there, and we got the cancel right there. Did the ACRs die? One of them has died, and this one will probably die relatively soon here as well. And he didn't really commit too many units or forces to that repulsor rush, so he's going back to the macro game, building the gas, building the center, building the manufacturer. Although there is a Spitfire on the field now. So in theory, if he can get there fast enough, he could do some damage. My Life for Auir, that is. Let's see. They're not on repair. They're going back to work. We got oversaturation, 22 out of 16. Hopefully he can get some gas right there and start putting some guys where they need to go. Actually, 22 is oversaturation in general. 21 is how much you need in general. Why has he got so many? We'll have to find out. Why does he make so many guys? I think he might be trying to the pull the boy strategy that we saw last time. Or maybe there's something with the extra mining ability that Genetron has that I just don't know about. But that's the beauty of these games, is we don't exactly know the meta. because we don't have pro players. We have guys in Master League. That's as close as we come though. So there's 21 right now, so he could be plopping down those gases anytime soon. We got these guys on repair. Yeah, that's just what I thought. He's running over. There's a repulsor and one Spitfire over here. So this is not looking very good for Trumpet right now, because we got 5 Spitfires and 2 repairing boys versus 3 static defense. The repulsor does a lot more damage than the Spitfires, I'm pretty sure. So he's running around. He's finding out there's not really many workers to snipe off right now. But hey, you get the free repairs. We see the ACRs are trying to get their job done on the end of Trumpet as well, and it looks like they're doing a pretty spiffy job of it. Now he's pulling the boys to go and do the attacking and the healing, and then there goes that ACR. And then he's gonna fix up the guy. Has he queued him? They have not been queued. That's what I would have done. Could have told him, repair the guy, go back to work after. Alright, but we do see that the income right now is in the favor of My Life for Auir. I guess that there is something to be favored about this oversaturation right here, using that ability or something. I don't know. I'll have to ask him. Just be like, hey man, I cast these games sometimes. Why did you oversaturate? Alright, here comes another ACR for the scouting abilities. We're also at the 4-minute mark right here. We're getting the speed upgrade over here from Trumpet. And so that's going to be some scary business. Also 3 Spitfires coming out instead of just the 2. We also see that there's an uploader, so there will be faster production right here for a red. I guess I'll just have to start calling My Life for Auir by his color. We have 3 right here, and we also have 5 uploaders? Is he going to keep making more? If Trumpet keeps making more and more of these things, he'll be able to produce way faster than his opponent. We also see that we have a rodeo going on over here for My Life for Auir, but that isn't going to cover this side or this side of the world, I hope he realizes. Fabricator coming down. Are we going to see some interdectors or insetters, I don't know. I don't remember what the pronunciation is. The Boom Boom Reaper, better than Reaper car boys. That's his new official name. Alright, so the 3rd base is coming down for My Life for Auir, so that'll be also playing in his favor. He's also oversaturated a bit. Maybe he just took that from Alpha Star. Alpha Star will also oversaturate its bases just to make sure that it knows it's going to lose workers, so it just overmakes them so it doesn't have to keep up with it. Speed upgrade is almost finished right now. We see that the 2 processing drones see each other on the flyby. Looks like one's going to follow the other, because why not? All the Spitfires are coming together. They're like, hey, we can't shoot you, but these guys can. And boom, we got the Blitzers, and they're doing the work. It's getting out of here. And fun fact about processing drones is they actually repair their hit points over time, similar to like a Reaper, but they do not regenerate their energy. They have to go back to base to get their energy back, which is why the processing nodes are so important. They recharge the energy of your processing core, and they recharge the energy of your processing node or drones who work as your detectors until you upgrade them. Once you upgrade them, they have permanent detection without the use of energy. Fun stuff right there. We see that the armor upgrade's also coming down once again. Repulsor, where's the repulsor? Hello, it's right there. Repulsor's coming down at the 3rd base. That's a lot of dudes. Now, I don't know what the army supply is right now, but I'm pretty sure that it's about 50? Oh man, this is chaos. He's marked them down with his processing drones, so they're all going to take extra amounts of damage, and it seems to be really paying off in the favor of Trumpet right now. The ACRs are getting gunned down, and that's not very good for our friend right here. We do see that the Insider is out, and he's running. That'll give him some nice splash damage to protect from Trumpet's onslaught. He's going up the ramp to buy himself some more time. The boys are trying to rip him apart from the backside like the Buzz drones in Star Wars, and he actually manages to hold. Now that was a lot of death right there. So 34 workers were killed. That is a ton of workers lost. And that really hurts his economy right now. But he also killed 58 units, which gives him the counter-strike opportunity. And it looks like he's sniffing. He smells that there's a third base. There goes the ACR. And there goes the third base. He's trying to protect it. Trumpet's trying to protect it. He doesn't have any scans on that processing drone, though, so he's not going to be very helpful. But My Life for Auir, or Red, is retreating. And the third base continues on. I need to memorize which one of these is worker count and which one of these is not worker count. There's 35 here, and there's more mineral income. So I am going to assume that yellow is worker and white is the army count. It'll be much easier when we have like a Zerg or a Protoss or Terran player in a Scion race game. We don't really see too many of them though, because obviously we want to play the Scion races in the Scion Races tournament for the most part. But there was a player by the name of Casey who actually won back in the day playing Terran. So fun fact. Alright, so we have a few blitzers hanging around. We got the processing drone sussing out what's going on here. Don't see any other insiders, although we see that one of the rocket launcher guys is being made. His name currently eludes me. Alright, what's his name? Torrent. The Torrent. That's right. So Torrent's being made. We're also seeing an interdictor on the middle of the map, probably to intercept some of these processing drones from doing some spying. Not a bad idea. I mean, recently the other day, I had an observer hanging out my base like right here, and I pretty much just let it happen because I didn't put down any detection in my base. Oh, and he's buried them. Now that's an interesting move to do right there. Because he's buried the interdictors, you need detection to see it. And currently, the processing drone isn't a detector, so he can see them without getting seen back, and they're also detectors, so any invisible units he would see as well. Now we're seeing a big engagement right here. The ACRs have not been put on auto repair mode just yet, so we're not pulling the boys. The mole has been buried, so that way he can fire some shots off. And remember, moles are not invisible when they're buried, so they can be singled down, but they are very, very good at doing massive amounts of damage to one or two targets at a time, depending on how many moles you have. Currently, that would be 2, 1 per mole. We also see that the mole upgrade is coming up right here, so he will be able to see the guys coming out right here pretty soon. We see that that Trumpet tried to do a sneaky attack, but he doesn't really have the forces for that. The moles are moving over, and he's going to pull out of here before he gets wrecked. But it was a flanking maneuver. He separated his blitzers from his Spitfires to do a flanking maneuver on Red right here. And that is some interesting stuff. One of the moles gets ripped to pieces, and Red has to juggle between 2 of the bases right now. We see that the one Torrent doesn't really have much going for it. It does have its extra range upgrade though, so that's very good. These things are scary. Like, in all honesty, Torrents can just destroy air units. They are really good at what they do, but that's the only thing they do. We're seeing that the blitzers are coming together. We're not really seeing too many tier 2 or tier 3 units at this point. Mostly just the basic boys right now. When the mole pulls out right there, so he's not going to see the incoming attack. That's really unfortunate right there. We also see that I guess the icon changed recently, so I guess I'm used to that one. So this must be the damage, and this one must be the armor. So I had it backwards. Oh well. But yeah, what do we have right here? We have one army. We have 1, 2 right here for the army of Red, and only 1 for the army of Trumpet. That is not good for him, because that means he's doing less damage to Red than Red is doing to him. We also see that the starport upgrades coming out right here. So, or not the starport. This is the fabricator damage for the ground units. So this will help out with the moles and the insiders. Doesn't look like the moles have it when they're on the ground, but as you can see, there's the icon right there. There's the icon right there. That's my proof. Alright, so we have tons and tons of these blitzers. Holy cow, 70 supply right now for Trumpet. And they've turned on their dispose of everything in one shot ability, but there's not enough of them to dispose everything. They're getting gunned down right now. The mole is really hammering down on them. We have 3 moles doing massive amounts of damage to single targets. I don't see any target firing down right now from either side with this big engagement right here, but Trumpet has lost a ton of army right there. Alright, this is still 70, so I'm going to have to rethink that theory back to workers, because there weren't any workers in that engagement. We see more Spitfires are coming down to quickly replace the ones that were lost. We have ourselves 6. Count it, 6 of these guys right here. He also has the fancy Tirador decal right there. Fun stuff right there. He's pulling his boys all in one place right here. The 4th base exists right... Oh no! The other 4th base is in danger! So it looks like Red's 4th base is under heavy fire, and I don't think it's going to survive to tell the tale. We see that the army is running over as fast as they can, but the problem with doing that is that Spitfires greatly outpace everything else in your army. You don't want them to be without one another. And pulls out the mole. I think that was for some scouting purposes. Here comes the engagement. The moles are running up. They're burying down. We can see just how far the radar is going. They're shooting down everything. The supply is going down on both sides. 37, 35. And Trumpet is forced to retreat. The moles have really been worth their weight in gold in this game for Red right now. Currently, Trumpet is trying to get 5 Spitfires back into the fight and getting his 2nd set of upgrades. But currently, he is as far as tech is concerned, he's way behind, as you can see from the icons right here. These are some nasty moles, especially with that upgrade right there against these little boys. The little boys just being ripped to pieces, and I still don't really know what the processing drone's purpose is right now. It's getting its energy back up, so maybe he's going to go in and do some scanning to help himself out right here, combined with the blitzer power and the repair power. Of course, these ACRs are not on repair. They're just going straight in. He pulled the boys. The boys died. He's putting down the scans, but no one's shooting the moles that just got scanned. The Aquila gets wrecked. And right here, the natural base of Trumpet is absolutely getting destroyed. As soon as he gets high ground vision, these guys will be able to just destroy anything that's hanging out up top there. We see that the scans are hanging out on the Spitfires right now, but without an engagement, there's nothing to capitalize on that advantage. More Spitfires joining the fray. He goes down the ramp and he gets shot at. If the processing drone was here on the side of Red, these guys would be getting destroyed right now by these moles. Moles can also shoot buildings, so that's really nice. There goes the natural base for Trumpet. He's going in, he's trying to defend his people, his honor, and they're all dead, and then, boom, the GG is called. Wow, so that was lack of upgrades right there. Also, we have this processing core over here, because, you know, why not? But GG, that was an exciting game. I'm ready to see the 3rd game in this best of 3 series. Oh, and here's the units lost count. All right, and here we are with game number 3 of Red versus Trumpet. I'm sorry, my love for Auir, but your name is just too long to say. Just too long. Until I come up with some kind of a nickname. So we're on Simulacrum LE, not one of my favorite maps because the ground is so dark. And then I also don't like how you can't jump right here. It's annoying. At least, you know, playing Terran. It's like, I want to jump in the base. Nah, dude. But that is why we have many different strategies in StarCraft 2. So we see that there's an ACR on the side of Trumpet. He's building the manufacturer like straight out of the gate, right in the mineral line right here. Not entirely sure why you would put it on the, like, right next to the mineral line. We see that the scout is going out really early. And then same over here, manufacturer coming down as soon as possible. I need some water. See a second one too. Oh, there we go. Alright, so we're in the early game stages, so I don't think we're going to see any proxies in this game since that didn't really go very well for Red the first time he tried it. And that's pretty much how it works for me too. I try proxying and anything but cannon rush just goes horrible for me. I'm not good at it. Alright, so he's just going to park the ACR right there and wait out for an expansion is what I'm going to assume is going on right there with Trumpet. We see that Red is once again piling up his ACRs as fast as possible to overproduce. We see that that's getting scouted out right now. So we're having the chase of the ACRs right now. Currently in the base of Trumpet, the first Spitfire has come out. The first uploader has also been placed. The outfitting station also being built right now. And a second uploader. He's trying to make this manufacture as efficient as possible, as early as possible. The Spitfire has also been made on this side of the map for Red, and he is chasing down the ACR with it and doing another rodeo. Second base has already started up. So we're seeing a pretty standard macro game, I'd say, right here. He's also trying to block off the jumping point right here to make sure that any insiders don't sneak in the base. We see that the one ACR, he's still alive, and he still wants to know what's going on over here. Goodbye. He has found out all he needs to know. Alright, we see that the repulsor has gone down in the natural for Trumpet right now, and he's going to wait out for building his natural pretty soon here. We also see that we have a fully powered manufacturer right here, and those things build pretty fast. They whip the boys out really quick. But is it going to be faster than two unuploaded manufacturers? That is the question we have to ask. And that is something I don't know the answer to either. We'd have to test it. I know that there's like a testing mod for this mod, similar to the one that you can use for the vanilla game. It actually exists for this mod as well. So maybe we can test that there. I'm not sure. Myth busting coming up. No, it's not. That's a joke. Don't take me seriously. Alright, so we also see that the speed upgrade is getting made as soon as possible for these Spitfires right here. The command center, I suppose you can call it that, but it's the processing core. It's being put down right now. You also see that a processing drone is being made for scouting purposes right over here by Red. Also, just so everyone knows, you can only have one processing drone per processing core, so one per base, more or less. Which is why you don't really see too many of them. They're kind of valuable in that fashion, I suppose, but it's not like super duper important. Now let's see. Currently, the maximum supply of Red is 64, and he's got himself 33 workers, 22 army supply. And on the other side, I'm not entirely sure what Trumpet is investing into. Looks like he's investing into a lot more buildings, I would say. We got the second manufacturer has been made here. It's already got its first uploader right here, so he's already producing much faster than Red is right now. He's producing at 1 uploader and 0 uploaders with 2 manufacturers versus a 3-1 manufacturer setup over here. I'm like, we're gonna have to come up with a term for this. I'm just gonna use the numbers that we tend to do in StarCraft, like 13 hatch and stuff like that. We got two of the drones are going out right now, possibly looking out for any suspicious activity such as proxies, but they do not exist, not in this match. And he's gonna hang out right here because, you know, why not? Nothing's gonna shoot at him. Spitfires just stare at him angrily. You see the speed upgrades coming out right now for Red, as well as the first torrent of the game, as well as finishing another uploader. Now this uploader is built for the fabricator because he wants to build some moles, I do believe. Because I think you can make moles with only one uploader set up right here. And then Trumpet, he's going to sit around over there and sit around over here, making sure he knows exactly when his opponent's expanding, so that way he can make sure he's on top of economy, which is probably why he's expanding right now. But he also does not have the lead in the army supply right now as a result of that. However, he will be able to significantly increase his economic lead if he continues down this path. Now, I'm going to say right now, I think that oversupplying with this ability right here makes it so you could possibly have 4 of these ACRs working at one mineral patch efficiently. But don't quote me on that, because I'm just noticing that Red's income has been consistently higher, even though he's oversaturating, which it is confusing to me. I'm trying to figure out how and why. All right, third base coming down, and yeah, he took a few pot shots at the processing drone. It's going to heal itself up, but this also means that Trumpet knows that the third base is being taken for Red right now. He's already ahead with his third. And now we also see that Red still has economical worker lead, but might not stay for very long. We see that 3 uploaders have been made for this fabricator right here, so he can build anything in the fabricator repertoire right now, as he pleases. We're gonna probably see a tech vault here soon, I imagine, to upgrade this guy. The workers going back to work as they should. We see that he's starting to saturate the next base right here, and I still don't know how, but 34 out of 16 workers is doing a really good job at keeping your economy up. Although we're seeing that these numbers are getting closer and closer together, so they aren't so I guess that there's a diminishing return on that, possibly. Speed upgrade is done. They've got their red engines. They're having a great time at the rodeo. The moles, the MVP of the last game, they're hanging around. Alright, armor upgrade coming down right now. Both of them have 1-0 for their manufacturer units right now. So your tier 1 units. I'll see that the supply count is going to come up right here. Currently, Red has a supply lead in pretty much everything. 71 workers, 74 army supply, and 155 in total, and he's going to just make a bunch more. We also see that the 1 upgrade is coming down for the tier 2 units, and he's getting ready. We're seeing some of these guys right now. So these units are among the most interesting in the game. They have an ability where they drop an AoE little ball. They have 2 of them. One cloaks your own units, and the other one does damage to any units of the enemy in that area. Really good at taking out Zerglings and Mutalisks. Especially the mutas, because mutas clump themselves together so easily. You all see that the mole upgrade is being taken right now with the manufacturer right here. You also see that there are not manufacturer, the fabricators, and there's 4 manufacturers in the main base right now. They're all on 0. We have a 2-1 right there. Oh, here's an engagement that I didn't even see. Alright, so he's finished up the attack ones. Here they come down right here, so he has to go all the way around to avoid taking damage from those. The processing drone just flies straight through it, because why not? And so that was a great way to do some spacing right there for Trumpet. And now Trumpet has a much better figure on what he's up against. I'm not entirely sure why we were doing that right there. Maybe they run out of energy faster if they hit something. It's possible. The little attack balls, I mean. So he has 3 of them. He's going for the attack ones. It doesn't look... I don't think he's going to go for any of the cloaking ones right here. Yeah, the Teslas. I love the Teslas. Teslas are probably one of the most interesting units in the Scion Custom Races repertoire. We also see that the 3rd base has been completely saturated, and the 4th base has already been taken and is being built for Red. I still don't know how Red is able to keep his economical lead 1 base down with oversaturation. I'm like, this is crazy to me. Like, I still... It defies the logic of StarCraft. But again, I'm pretty sure that it only really kicks in when he uses the ability that costs 50 energy from the processing core to speed up the mining of all of your units. So I think for red right here, for My Life for Auir, he basically uses it like instead of mules, more or less, as a mule substitute. What was that? Something exploded. Oh no, they just came out of the ground. Alright, so we see that we have a small segment of Spitfires hanging out on the bottom side of the map for Trumpet. And then on the top side, he's got all of his main army. And he did build a Tesla with one of the cloaking cores. I don't remember what they're called, so we'll just call it for that right now. So we have the cloaking core, and then we have the, what you might call it, the chain lightning cores, I guess. That's what I'll call them until I know the actual name. It looks like My Life for Auir did not appreciate his drone getting shot out of the air. And here they are. The Spitfires are here. He was trying to pull the army towards him, but it looks like that Red saw straight through that little trap right there. He's going to keep pushing forward. The economies of both players are relatively the same, except for gas, perhaps. But currently, they're building armies that require not very much gas anyway, except for Trumpet. Trumpet's building Teslas and Blitzers. Oh, we're seeing the first bomber! No, those are... Now, that's going to be interesting. Where is this thing? Show me! Hello? There it is, right here. So he's got a 3 set up on the assembly array. I just call it a starport. It sounds way cooler. I don't know what you want to call it. But here we go. The first Jupiter, otherwise known as a bomber, is here. High ground vision is right here for the moles, so it's not a very good position for Trumpet, although he's going to gain high ground vision with the Jupiter. And we also see that the chain lightning cores have been thrown down. I don't know what their actual name is. I don't think I'll ever know because I can't click on them. Alright, so we see tons and tons of the Blitzers. He's probably going to charge them up for one big engagement as soon as they all have range. 2 Jupiters are down, and now he's hiding a bunch of his units for a better engagement, but he's used up all of his charges, and now he has to charge up more from his Teslas. And he also threw down a bomb with his Jupiter for some great AoE damage right there, and the residual fire does even more damage. We're seeing that the Teslas are getting focus fire down, but they are able to get some nice positioning back for the side of Trumpet right now. Trumpet has also got a higher army supply now, although the economy is still in favor of Red. However, if he can't pull it back together here, that isn't going to matter very much. We see another bombing raid from a Jupiter going on right now. They're over here. He might send them into another base while the engagement's going on. So a couple of Torns are here to shoot them down. There isn't any detection on the side of Red. He shoots down one Jupiter. He shoots down another Jupiter, but not before it's able to land its payload. And then all of the Blitzers are more or less still intact. And this is really a bad position for My Life for Auir right now. Another bombing raid is coming in, taking out the moles. The moles can't get out fast enough to avoid the damage. He continues to send out cloaking charges and the chain lightning charges to make sure that he has as much control as possible. The Spitfires are taking the brunt of the AoE damage and they're being ripped apart. There goes one of the fabricators. The third base is pretty much untouched. He's going for the guts right here. He's going for the source production of everything. Oh my gosh, man. Why do you have 10 manufacturers? And why are they all over here? But that is where the game ends, because the army supply of Red was down to 31. And that is not enough to take out 109. And that's how it ends. So that makes Trumpet the victor of this best of 3 series. I also like seeing the different styles between these two players, how Trumpet went for the uploader designs, whereas Red, or My Life for Auir, went for quantity, trying to build as many units over a longer period of time rather than spending more resources in the short term to make them a bit faster overall. Man, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys with another Scion Races video in the future. I also did a video covering the Tirador skin set, so if you want to see anything that it changes from out of the normal, A lot of the animation stuff are obviously recycled, but they did literally give a few of them a new paint job, so if you wanted to see what that looks like, there's a video for that in the iCard. I've been blathering for too long, and I'll see you guys next time. Oh yeah, and units lost count.